Imagine an era long ago when the whole world was hidden in mystery and adventurous travelers were fascinated by stories of magical realms. 4 legendary islands existed as mysterious keepers of unspoken secrets in this world of folklore from long ago. These islands, buried in the shadows of ancient times, were more than simply points on outdated maps. They were the stuff of fantasies. In this video, we will take a look at 4 mythical ancient islands. At number 4, we have Hyperborea. Hyperborea is a mythological place that is steeped in ancient mythology, and it generates a feeling of wonder and curiosity as we explore the fabric of tales that are spun around this elusive northern kingdom. According to Greek mythology, Hyperborea was a place that was beyond the grasp of severe winters and had not been affected by the passage of time. It was described as a utopian paradise without any limitations. The sun shined brightly and unendingly in this picture-perfect planet, showering its beneficent beams onto a people who were endowed with an abundance of wealth and an unending supply of life. The link to the fabled Hyperborean people lends an additional degree of intrigue to the lore surrounding Hyperborea as we explore further into its mythology. It is said that these ethereal creatures were venerated as the keepers of precious knowledge and were famed for their peaceful life, as stated in the ancient legends. It was thought that the Hyperboreans had a special relationship with Apollo, the god of the sun, which fostered a feeling of divine connection that distinguished them from the domains of the mortals. In addition to the world of myth, the thought that Hyperborea has its origins in historical or geographical fact has inspired a great deal of wonder and curiosity. It has been suggested by a number of ideas that the concept of Hyperborea might have been derived from genuine ancient civilizations that existed in the northernmost regions of either Europe or Asia. In one of these hypotheses, Hyperborea is linked to the ancient Scythian societies. This argument suggests that the Greeks, who had a limited understanding of the northern lands, enriched the reality with fanciful features throughout the course of time. One further thing that has caught people's imaginations is the concept of a lost Hyperborean civilization that is buried under the ice of the Arctic. A sophisticated ancient society may have flourished in locations that are now submerged or buried by ice, leaving behind signs of their presence that are waiting to be uncovered, according to certain speculative hypotheses. Thule comes in at number 3 on our list. There is a feeling of mystery that reverberates across Thule, a region that is both old and mysterious, and it invites us to investigate both the realms of myth and their historical possibilities. Thule was often referenced to the mythical fabric of ancient Greece by authors such as Herodotus and subsequently by Strabo. It was depicted as a picturesque location that was situated on the edge of the known world. In these stories, Thule was described as a tranquil and remote island that was blessed with unending sunlight. It was believed that the people who lived there had a life that was filled with contentment and relaxation. In addition to being related with myth, Thule has also been linked to factual guesses about its past. One of the most widely accepted hypotheses is that Thule is connected to the Arctic regions. This idea suggests that the ancient Greeks may have been referring to territories such as Iceland, Greenland, or perhaps certain portions of Scandinavia. It is hypothesized that these far northern countries, with their severe weather and alien landscapes, may have seemed to the ancient explorers as if they were the legendary Thule. It was during the Roman period that allusions to the continent began to move towards symbolic and lyrical interpretations, which resulted in the myth of Thule taking a distinct turn throughout time. For example, Seneca, a Roman author and politician, referred to Thule as a metaphorical location that symbolized the farthest limit of human experience and the location that was the furthest away from the known world. The Thule Society was a German esoteric society that first emerged in the early 20th century. In contemporary times, the name Thule has come to be connected with this organization. A further layer of mystique is added to the mystery surrounding Thule as a result of this relationship, which combines historical conjecture with esoteric symbolism. The intriguing dynamic that exists between myth and reality is highlighted by the fact that Thule might either be a real-world place or a metaphorical notion. Consequently, it compels us to contemplate the ways in which the elusive identity of Thule has been changed throughout the course of history by ancient perspectives, geographical restrictions, and the human propensity for exploration. Lyonesse comes in at number 2 on our list. The city of Lyonesse, which is both mysterious and mythical, is the subject of an enthralling story that blurs the boundaries between myth and the possibility of actual historical truth. A person that is connected to the Arthurian legend is the Fisher King, and Lyonesse is often associated with the story of the Fisher King in the domain of mythology. Lyonesse was said to have been a magnificent and rich city, and it was also the location of the magnificent castle that belonged to the Fisher King. An unfortunate occurrence, on the other hand, resulted in the city being submerged under the waves, which engulfed the people of Lyon in an enduring enchantment. In spite of the fact that Lyonesse is shrouded in myth, there are exciting possibilities around the city. Lyonesse may be a symbolic portrayal of a genuine city that was subjected to catastrophic flooding or devastation, according to certain hypotheses. These ideas argue that the mythical city may have its origins in historical events. The myth is made more complicated by the fact that it is connected to actual events that took place in the globe, which has prompted us to contemplate the ways in which historical facts might be embellished throughout the course of time. In addition, occasionally the term Lyonnaise is associated with the idea of sunken cities, which refers to old urban areas that have been destroyed due to natural calamities or increasing sea levels. In the same way that other submerged towns have been discovered all over the globe, the notion that Lyonesse may be a metaphorical portrayal of a real historical event encourages research into the junction of myth and archaeological finding. In the first spot, we have Lyonesse. Since Lyonesse is a location that is both enigmatic and elusive, it encourages us to investigate the borders that exist between historical conjecture and myth. It is common practice to link Lyonesse with the tale of the lost city of Atlantis, or discussing the domain of mythology. According to this mythological account, Lyonesse was a prosperous and technologically sophisticated city that was endowed with wealth and wisdom. A catastrophic occurrence, which is sometimes ascribed to the anger of a divine being, was responsible for the city's submersion under the seas, which resulted in Lyonesse being lost to the annals of time for all eternity. As we get beyond the realm of myth, we find that there are fascinating possibilities regarding Lyonesse or Lyonesse may be a symbolic portrayal of an actual ancient city or civilization that came to an end due to a catastrophic event, such as a natural catastrophe or political upheaval, according to the theories of certain scholars. The fact that the myth is connected to actual occurrences in the world lends an additional element of mystery to it, and it compels us to contemplate the ways in which historical facts may be changed into mythological stories throughout the course of time. Furthermore, Lyonesse has been connected to a number of underwater archaeological findings, which has sparked debate about the possible presence of ancient towns that have been submerged. The notion that Lyonesse may be a metaphorical representation of a real archaeological discovery inspires us to investigate the ways in which myth and scientific investigation touch with one another. As we conclude our journey into the realms of myth and mystery, I hope you've enjoyed unraveling the enigmatic stories surrounding these mythical ancient islands. If you found this exploration as captivating as we did, don't forget to hit that like button. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe for more intriguing journeys into the tapestry of history and legend. Until our next adventure, stay curious, stay amazed, and keep exploring the wonders of our world. Thank you for joining us.